I recently finished a video where I made a really big, funny experimental gun and just slapped it on top of a ship. And that ship was really, short and squat. It was almost square when you viewed it from the top down. And I pitted it up against some other ships, and it got absolutely smoked by the Briar and the Basking Shark. Uh, and I realized something. I realized the folly with that ship that it was really short. The Briar and the Basking Shark are ridiculously long and thin. Now, the Briar completely obliterated, right? And the Briar is ridiculously long and slender. The Basking Shark is a bit shorter and a bit wider, but that was a bit more of a fair fight. So I realized the longer the ship, the stronger it is. So I decided to build some long ships myself. The biggest boat in real life is... I should have rehearsed this. The longest boat is the Seawise Giant. 460 meters long, below, and just look at how much longer this thing is than it is wide. This ship has nothing. This ship's a third the length. Alright, where are we at? 54k. That's reasonable. That is a very reasonable price. This will not be a reasonable ship. It even has reinforced decking, instead of just plain normal wooden decking. See, this is gonna be a good ship. And this is taking too long. I think it's easier at this point to just leave build mode and go to the other end. So I finished making the length of the ship. I finished the hull. I really want to see if this thing functions. I don't think it does. It already floats incredibly well. Look at that. No amount of firepower is gonna get this thing to start sinking because there are just too many positive buoyancy chambers within the hull. Just because there's too much hull. There's too much hull here. And we get to reap all the benefits that come with having just too much hull. Look at that. It looks like the tip of a gun. It looks like the iron sights. By the way, in case there was any questions, this will be a broadsiding ship. But we'll put guns along the side. Or maybe we'll only put guns on the deck, pointing either way. I think that might be a little bit, less psychotic. I just realized I was looking at this to see some inspiration. Care to explain, Brilliant Skies, why all of these guns are named after BDSM? We've got the strap, and I thought it meant like, oh, strap like a gun, right? No, gimp suit death cannon. I thought it meant like stay strapped, you know? When my friends told me to stay strapped or get clapped, I didn't realize they wanted me to be gimped up. I just thought they meant they want me to carry a gun. I can excuse the giant religious sacrifice tree, but I draw the line at BDSM. Now, is it weird to anyone else that they didn't leave a single space for the propeller? Like, you would think that would be a pretty big consideration when making a hull, right? Is where the hell does the propeller go? Anyway, speaking of... It would also appear that this hull was unfortunately not designed with this specific propeller. That's not to say that'll stop us. Yeah, I think one large piston and 2 boilers will actually cap us out. Unfortunate that it can't scale up infinitely, but it makes sense that it can't scale infinitely because that's not how physics or engines work. Oh, and we need to add a rudder. Wonder how well this thing's gonna steer. Oops, I left to go get a snack, and I turned out... Oops, I went a little far. Throw it up against my personal favorite punching bag. Nope. Oh my god. My character is not shown as on the ship in the map. That's how you know your ship's good. Listen, we're testing the theory. This is not fucking around. This is science. There is only one control variable. Or rather, tested variable. Everything else is controlled. The only variable here is length of ship. There is no other variable. How does this little gun fare? Ooh, this little gun does a lot of damage. Alright, now let's see how it is. Now... Okay. Pretty good. Really, really good gun. Just a solid gun. No notes, no complaints. So, the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have like 6 different AI in this whole thing. We're gonna split it up into segments, each segment having their own AI. So now we add the AI. This is a fully functioning AI. Nice, rudimentary, simple, cheap. And it can see using this thing. And keep in mind, each of these is a different mainframe. So if one of these goes out, it's whatever. You see? Length makes your ship more redundant, which makes them more resistant to attacks. Also, it's going to spread out damage more evenly instead of focusing fire on one spot. It's gonna go crazy. I need to figure out the turning radius. What I'm gonna do... Alright, so it's about 0 away. And now we're just gonna turn it full force. And once it does a half loop, that's the turning diameter. This'll take a while. It'll be a long while. Oh dear God, this will take a while. Any second now. We'll see it coming out, pop out of the left side of the screen. Any second now. There it is! Oh my god, it's got an almost 2,000 meter turning radius. It's not even done yet. It's once it goes right in front of my screen is when it's done turning. Who'd have guessed that... I haven't even checked the length. It just occurred to me I have not checked how long this thing is. Oh my god, it's still showing up. Look at how long it is from this distance. Oh my god. Ooh, it's slowing down. Either that or my brain's just turning to mush. Well, if my brain was turning to mush, it would go faster. Either that or my brain's evolving. Either we're getting closer, I've spontaneously ascended to a higher being with a much more powerful brain. I prefer the former, to be honest. I don't know, being stupid's kind of funny. Please. I'm about to ascend. I'm about to ascend. Time's moving slower from my perspective. I think I've ascended. Oh, no. Nope, we're just making the return trip now. I haven't ascended or anything. Alright. 27,000 or 2,700 meters. Ow, my fingers. And so, this is what it expects it to be. Oh. I can't even go that high. Yeah, who'd have guessed this thing does not steer well. Look at how much it's barely moving. It's like, I believe the rudder is full to the right. 720 meters long. 3/4 of a kilometer long. Is this enough boat yet? I don't think so, but I don't think we're gonna get much more boat. At this point it's just a meme. It's there's no real upper limit how long it gets at this point. I'm satisfied with this thing. Actually, I have a better way of doing this. I have an amazing way of doing it. 6 receivers to each transmitter. Are you guys seeing what I'm saying? Probably not yet. But watch this. This is the center. And if we set all wireless receivers in a certain range, within 40 meters, we'll set them all to channel 1. Now, if we do the same thing to every single chunk, we can mass set all the receivers to the correct frequency. Maybe I did ascend to a higher being. Set all 6 to channel 6. That was the 6. Maybe I did ascend to a higher being, because my genius knows no bounds right now. Never seen so many transmitters and receivers. That is absolutely insane. I have 36,000 materials. We've got 9 transmitters, each of which will have 5 guns, meaning we will have 45 guns. How much does this cost? Please, dear God, be reasonable. $30,000. Okay. That's gonna hurt. You know what? That's really stupid, but kind of in a charming way. I think I'll leave it like this. It looks dumb as hell. But I think it's really funny looking. I want these dopey turrets all over this thing. If the US military was cool, they'd be doing this. Please, I have plans. Please, anyone, General Electrics, hit me up. Please, General Electrics, Boeing, hit me up. I don't know who makes boats. I actually have no... Does Boeing also make boats? They probably do. Yeah, From the Depths has its own built-in video recording feature, but it's not quite as thorough as like OBS's. So I'm not going to use it. Also, it has a limit of a 60-second video, which can be changed with a single slider, but that sounds like way too much work to move that slider, so I ain't doing it. I should have put opaque auto loaders in all of them. Oh no, it's rendering each individual bullet. That's probably a huge part of the issue. They have opaque ammo clips, especially, but this is loading 40 extra bullets per bullet, per clip. Alright, so after loading about 1,100 less shells, it seems to have significantly less performance impact. Who would have guessed? Dude, I got this new jam, right? Supposed to be a choke cherry jam. I thought it sounded tasty. I didn't realize it was like sugar-free. And the worst type of sugar-free, right? There's like good sugar-free where they just don't add sugar. Or like they add like a good sweetener. And then there's evil sugar-free where they add stevia. Stevia is gotta be the nastiest stuff on the planet, right? God, I hate stevia. Stevia, any sort of stevia extract, sweetener, just ruins the flavor of whatever it's put on, in my opinion. And so I put it on toast, and I've kind of not been touching it because of how awful it tastes. And it's taken on this weird texture in like the hour it's been sitting here next to me. And it is just disgusting looking. I don't want to look to my right on my little special food tray on my... Because my desk is like a Frankenstein of like an ancient, cheap, crappy desk I got from Big Lots with a bunch of like metal plates and extra wooden boards I use to expand the surface area and keep it held together. It's even got a cup holder right here that I just bought like a bite cup holder and then like hacksawed a chunk off and then drilled it to my desk. It's pretty dope. Every single one of them can turn to aim. Beautiful. Now let's take a look at what it does. Let's pit it up against the Redeemer again. Then later we'll see how it fares against a punching bag. Man, that massive steam column looks like nothing from over here. Like, these are decently sized guns. Let me take a closer look at this ship before acknowledging my failures. This is a really, oh my god, really cool ship. Look at this chair! Who has earned this chair? So the Redeemer's actually a bit cheaper than this one. Oh my dear Lord in heaven. Oh my god, that's just so many bullets. They're not doing much, but it's just so many bullets. Oh my god, would you look at that? The laser system's trying to defend against it. Hopelessly. Oh my god, this thing has such a tiny profile that radar missiles just straight up whiff. Because it's like 3 meters above the water. Flat profile. God, this battle feels so small, but the Redeemer is a huge vessel. I've done 3 million damage. Oh my god. Yeah, this thing is 240 long, which is like a normal long vessel. Oh, look at this church. Look at that blood. That's some really cool blood. Yeah, oh my god, it's all heavy armor with planar shields over it. That's why it's taking so long. Is because it was metal armor over heavy armor over metal armor. No, over 2 meters thick of heavy armor. It was metal armor covering 2 meters of... Or it was metal armor covering 2 meters of heavy armor. Covered with planar shields. Oh my god, no wonder this thing's taking so long to punch through it. And yeah, even though a bunch of the chambers have been compromised, they're all above water, so they're not breached. We have hit almost 5 million damage. We've chewed off most. We've just peppered most of it. Unfortunately, it turned around, so all the damage we did to this side is pretty much null and void at this point. Who would have guessed? This was meant to be a joke video, but just way better than, you know, complexity and depth and heavy armor. Just insane size, redundancy, and low profile. Like I said, this was a joke. I intended this video as a joke. But after seeing it in action, this is, without a single hint of irony, a really good ship. And I think it kind of pisses me off that this is a good ship. Oh, I just thought of something funny as an active missile defense. And I'm not going to say it, I'm going to write it down and see if I can use it for a video. I'll test it later, and if I can't use it for a video, I'll say it here, but otherwise I'm cutting this out. Baguette's AI is unable to maneuver correctly, possibly due to damage. I think this number right here is more the reason, but yeah. I think they knocked out the propeller. Oh my god, they knocked a single large shaft out. That's valid, you can do that. You can do that in adventure mode, or campaign mode. See, look at how much longer we are than the Redeemer. And all that length was invested into more better. The Redeemer's invested in more cooler. Redeemer's a cool ship, we're a long ship, which makes us like 20 times as strong. You're going, oh, 2 damaged. It beat it. It beat it. Wow. I'm genuinely shocked. And this is in the price range. The Redeemer's like, I think 100k cheaper. Ugh. It hit a magazine. I love how the guns are just long enough that they can continue broadsiding while it's at an angle from the recoil. This shot right here is like the opening of Spaceballs, where the ship starts floating by and it just keeps going on for way too long before moving to the next shot. Wait, actually I know exactly. It's 15 meters per second. 720 divided by 15. 720 is 60 times 12, which is 15 times 4 times 12. 15 times 48 seconds. It takes 48 seconds for this whole thing to pass by something, just due to length. It almost took me that long to do the math. That's a bit embarrassing. Let's see how it handles the Crucible. This thing is scary. So let's see what it does to it. Immediately just starts hitting. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. What the hell? It's already punching holes in it. Shields don't mean anything if we just have enough bullets to overwhelm the shield. I think it's destroying this. Okay, its main laser has started firing. You know, it's not... It keeps switching targets enough that it doesn't actually punch through anything. And it's just got so much side to hit that it's unlikely that it keeps hitting the same spot. Unironically, just really, really big ship is actually good. Front-sider thruster crafts are already, like, incredibly scary. And this is like the worst of them. It's just a base full of heavy armor in the front. That's why it's like leaning down when it's resting even. Like right now, obviously it's leaning down to pitch towards me, but even when it's resting, I believe it tilts forward pretty bad. If this thing beats the strongest ship in the game at a price disadvantage, I'm gonna say it. Long ships are the play. Long ships are the meta. Long ships are busted. The Vikings IRL did that, and they terrorized those monks. Listen, long ships are the meta, IRL and otherwise. It's taken a nasty chunk off the side, but once again, there's just so much surface area to hit that whenever the aim point selection switches, right there, that's just another completely uninjured part. How long has the battle been going for, and it's hitting fresh armor? It's finally punched through its face, and now they're losing their armor bonus, so it's going through even faster. I think the Baguettes won this. I think Baguette beat Scarlet Dawn. And yeah, I've been sleeping on coincidence rangefinders for a while because I assumed the coincidence rangefinder's advantage was their ability to find range. But actually the coincidence rangefinders... So here's a fun fact for you. The coincidence rangefinders are like the worst rangefinder in the game. They are 1/10 as accurate and scan 1/3 as often as the laser rangefinder. The laser rangefinder is way, way better than the coincidence rangefinder at finding. But the coincidence rangefinder is the best bearing measure. So yeah, the coincidence rangefinder sucks at finding range, but it is the best at finding bearing. Don't ask me why they named it. Since this just coats a wide area in light damage, I think it's knocked off most detection components. I don't think they've got good tracking anymore. Look at how much it's wobbling. I think their tracking is starting to slack. This thing has an insane railgun. It's a good thing we knocked that thing off immediately. But that means we're getting to the juicy interior. We're getting into the toy at the center of the Kinder Egg. I'm cutting this down a lot for y'all. It's not a fast kill, but generally 2 million material to 2 million material ship combat is pretty slow. Alright, I believe most of the lasers are dead. Oh, both of the lasers are, yeah, just gone. Completely. No? Oh, the top-mounted laser guns. Come on, man, you've been gutted, all your guns are gone, all your lasers are gone. Would you just give up already? You've got so much. So, yeah, the low AP. The issue is, too, that this machine gun is low AP. I want to see what this does to softer targets. Wooden shit like the Deepwater Guard or some of the Onyx Watch's Age of Sail weapons. You know, a lot of big holes punched, but hey, this didn't even stop the gun. I just gave it, like, good armor, not, like, fantastic. Nothing like what these ships have. But just reasonable armor over a massive distance. Please keep those squishy insides revealed. Want to hit them. Oh, shoot. They just killed a bunch of its reverse thrusters. Its movement's about to start suffering. Oh. Please. Oh, finally. It was just a matter of time. And now that it's coming down right over it, it's just ripping it to pieces. Did over 10 million damage. Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh, oh man. Man. You know, that's not something I had planned for. Oh, but look at it sink. It is so satisfying watching that mess sink into the ground. Well, the wet ground. Like if the ground was made of water. And it's gone. And the baguette, all things considered with the length of that battle, shrugged it off. The Marauder, I believe, is a similar school of long ship. We're gonna give this to the Lightning. Why not? I'm feeling zesty. Yep. About what you'd expect, you know? Scarlet Dawn's Crossbones. You know, I think that color scheme works. Let's see where the Crossbones' initial barrage hit. It missed. Oh my god, low-profile ships. I need to learn. Yeah, look. Crossbones just getting absolutely annihilated because it's a high-profile ship with, like, a massive superstructure. Like, this is, like, Japanese World War II tier superstructure. Whereas mine barely pokes over the water. Let's see how this barrage lands. Okay, this one's actually hitting. Ooh, that might... Oh, thank God it didn't. You know what? Taking an entire Crossbones barrage straight to the side and not splitting in half. I call that a massive victory. And now, again, the advantage, this next barrage is super unlikely to hit the same spot. It might hit the same spot. No. Nowhere near. But if it hits a magazine, it might actually cut the thing in half. Like one of the big magazines, like near the back. But then again, that would only cut off the engine. Wouldn't really split it in half. And what did you do? What did you do with that? You knocked out 2 guns. Congrats. You didn't even kill the AI right next to it. You knocked out 2 guns and a little bit of magazine. Big whoop. So how's the Crossbones doing? Looking good? You know, it was a long ship. It was a long ship. It's why it survived so long, but... yeah, no chance. Not a chance. Get out of here. How big are you? Dude, you're like a quarter the size. Don't even try. Embarrassing that you even tried. The Davy Jones outpost. Did this get a glow up? That's an old screenshot. That's an old picture. Oh my god, it looks so much better now. My god, look at this. Look at this little tavern peeking out over. I'm sorry, I've got to gush over this a little. God, I'm so proud of how this game's like built-in designs have come. Oh my god, it's an assembly line for ammo. A refinery. A furnace. I wanna be here. I wanna visit this in real life. Anyway, time to destroy it. Enough gushery. This thing is going to just completely melt. Like I said, big squishy target. You know, you never were the best outpost. You were always my favorite. Except for the Scarlet Dawn. I don't think I've ever actually seen the Scarlet Dawn's outpost. I haven't beaten the game, by the way. Like, I haven't beaten the game. $10,000 hours. I've played probably like 40 campaigns. Never beaten it. Yeah, 40 is an exaggeration. Probably 20. Rest in peace. As always, Baguette is just too long to contend with. I hope some of y'all step away from this experience with a newfound understanding of the beauty of long ships. I know I have. I know I have discovered that long ships are the best way to make good. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more dumb shit like this. I am very pleased with how well this turned out. See ya. Let's see how well it fares against something. We're going to start this out above its class because I'm pretty sure it can handle it. A shuriken. No. No. A hoplite. A Deepwater Guard hoplite. How does it handle that? What the fuck? Where did it go? Where did it go? What the hell? Oh my god. I need some. Oh my god, I need a moment to process that. Got in the process of getting it. Like components and stuff for the thumbnails is just making this giant green screen studio. Doesn't help too that when I want to make an enemy vehicle, I have to spawn it in and quickly turn off the guns or it just shoots up the studio. It's like trying to photograph like a caged tiger, except the tiger has like 20 machine guns on its deck. And has a deck. That's a pretty significant change over a standard tiger. And boom, I get the cut out of a basking shark. What on earth is this? What the hell? What the hell? God, I love the new built-in ships. These are so cool. Oh my god, I love this. I love this so much. Boom. I don't even know what the hell this is, but boom. Boom. No, now boom. No, now boom. Uh. Fuck.